Lagos Talks
91.3.
News.
Welcome to the World News. The Ethiopian Airlines ET Consortium has been selected as preferred bidder for the operation of Nigeria Air following a detailed and Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission governed selection process. Nigeria Air is a proposed airline and flag carrier in Nigeria. The name and logo was unveiled at the Farnborough Air Show in the UK back in July 2018. Honourable Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadi Sirika, who gave the updates of the carrier and the PPP bidding process, says the contract will be negotiated between the consortium, the ET Consortium, and the federal government, leading to a full business case, which will be expected to be approved by the Federal Executive Council. The business arrangement will offer an owner consortium of 3 Nigerian investors, MRS, SACO, and the Nigeria Sovereign Fund at 46%, Ethiopian Airlines with 49%, and the federal government owning 5%. The Bureau of Public Enterprises, the BPE, has dismissed a story making the rounds that the federal government was putting the transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, up for sale. Its head of public communications, Chidi Ibe, on Sunday in Abuja had stated that the news is completely false in all its ramifications and a mere fabrication by mischief makers aimed at creating room for another needless strike by electricity workers. Ibe had added that the actions of the federal government in the power sector are guided by well-articulated policy documents and extant legislations. The Police Service Commission, the PSC, has extended the closure of its recruitment portal for the 2022 batch of constables into the Nigeria Police Force by 1 month. Its head of press and public relations, Mr. Ikechukwu Ani, in a statement issued on Sunday, had said that the recruitment portal, originally scheduled to close on the 26th of September, would remain open to applicants till October 26 to give enough time and accommodate all interested applicants. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company, the NNPC Limited, has debunked reports that it was operating a secret account. Some reports had alleged that a House of Reps ad hoc committee set up to investigate the structure and accountability and production sharing contracts of the NNPC from 1990 to date had found hidden accounts which belongs to the NNPC Limited. It claimed that the information was brought to light during an investigation into all joint venture agreements and production sharing contracts in the oil and gas industry. However, reacting to the reports, the NNPC, in a statement signed by the Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division, Garba Dean Mohammed, said neither it nor its upstream arm, the National Petroleum Investment Management Services, NAPIMS, had operated secret accounts. It explained in the statement that the joint venture cash call accounts, denominated in US dollars and Naira, are all domiciled with the Central Bank of Nigeria in line with the Treasury's single account policy. The Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the NSCDC, Dr. Ahmed Aoudi, says Nigerians are not ripe to be allowed to bear arms. Speaking when he featured on the News Agency of Nigeria Forum in Abuja, he said he strongly disapproved of the idea, emphasizing the fact that even without such law in existence, there is a proliferation of small arms and light weapons in the country. The Commandant General had also spoken on the efforts being made by the NSCDC to address farmers-herders clashes in the country, noting that the Corps, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, had trained over 3,000 agro-rangers visibly in Borno, Yobe, Kaduna, Adamawa, and Enugu states to help reconcile farmers and herders, as well as provide security to farms and other agro-allied investments. And now to politics, where ahead of the 2023 presidential election, the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, has concluded arrangements with a global economic think tank to organize a series of presidential debates. The debate, set to debut on November 5th, will involve the interrogation of frontline presidential candidates purely on their economic blueprints and the development strategies to be deployed by the parties should they emerge victorious in the 2023 presidential election. According to NAN, the debate will be devoid of character assassination and will largely link candidates with national and global publics for increased visibility and showcase their economic blueprints after the general elections, according to an announcement by NAN Managing Director Buki Bonle. The All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council, the APC-PCC, says the name of Senator Chimaroke Namani, which appeared as number 350 on the 422-member campaign council list, was included in error. The council, through his spokesman, Bayo Onanuga, had clarified that the person intended to be added was former Senate President Ken Namani. The clarification followed condemnation, which trailed the inclusion of Chimaroke, who is a high-ranking member of the opposition People's Democratic Party. However, the clarification still seemed vague because Senator Ken Namani's name is already on item number 100 on the same list. Operatives of the Nigeria Police Force have arrested a suspected kidnapper identified as John Leon, who operates in Bayelsa State. The spokesperson for the Bayelsa State Police Command, Asinim Boswat, had confirmed the arrest of the suspect over the weekend, saying he was apprehended on September 15 and remains in the command's custody, with more details about his arrest to be provided today, Monday. Leon, who's known to flaunt his wealth on social media, is alleged to be involved in several abductions within the Bayelsa State capital. He confessed to kidnapping, although he claimed he joined a criminal group to carry out only 2 operations. And now look outside the country, where President Muhammadu Buhari has urged African leaders to fight tirelessly to get rid of corruption, lamenting that the continent has remained at the far end of global development index owing to its menace. The president's spokesman, Femi Adesina, in a statement at the weekend, said President Buhari spoke in his capacity as the African Union champion on efforts to eliminate corruption in the continent. In an event co-hosted by African Union Development Agency New Partnership for Africa's Development and the EFCC on the margins of the 77th session of the UN General Assembly, President Buhari had said criminals are taking advantage of global food crisis to perpetrate illicit financial flows, with the ongoing crisis in Ukraine disrupting energy and food supply chains, hence negatively impacting the global economy. And we'll leave that and move on to the business scene, where a total turnover of 562.856 million shares worth 9.438 billion naira in 16,013 deals was traded last week by investors on the floor of the exchange, in contrast to a total of 719.398 million shares valued at 8.004 billion naira, which exchanged hands last week in 17,444 deals. The NGX All-Share Index and market capitalization depreciated by 0.91% to close the week at 49,026.62 and 26.445 trillion naira respectively. The financial services industry, measured by volume, led the activity chart with 381.958 million shares valued at 4.551 billion naira traded in 8,627 deals. The ICT industry followed with 59.345 million shares worth 2.480 billion naira in 1,272 deals, while the third place was the services industry with a turnover of 32.212 million shares worth 95.807 million naira in 607 deals. Trading in the top 3 equities, namely Zenith Bank PLC, NGX Group Limited, and Guarantee Trust Bank. And in sports news, where Alex Iwobi and Cyril Dessers scored a goal each to help the Super Eagles secure a 2-2 draw against Algeria Team B in last Friday's test game in Constantine. Iwobi, who came on in second half, drew the Super Eagles level with a long-range strike. Dessers then made it 2-1 after pouncing on a loose ball inside the box. However, Algeria B team had equalized from the penalty spot following a foul by Calvin Bassey of Nigeria. Both players will hope to get on the score sheet again when the Super Eagles face Algeria's A team in another friendly game in Oran tomorrow, Tuesday. In the meantime, William Troost Ekong has pulled out of the Nigeria squad for Tuesday's international friendly owing to injury. The Watford man has left camp and is back to England for further checks after being declared unavailable for the Desert Foxes due to a knock suffered. Prior to his invitation for the Algeria match, the former Udinese defender has been a fringe player for Watford in the 2022-2023 campaign, featuring in just 2 championship matches. Nigeria coach Jose Peseiro still has plenty of defensive options in a 29-year-old's absence, with Kenneth Omero and Ajax's Calvin Bassey in contention to start against the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations winners. Nigeria will also face Algeria without key players like Victor Osimhen, Omar Sadiq, Leon Balogun, Ahmed Musa, Emmanuel Dennis, Henry Onyekuru, and Samuel Chukwueze.
Lagos Talks
91.3.